Good evening, everybody. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Would we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ooh, excuse me. Thank you. And can we do the roll call?
Hello. Commissioner Guerrero,
Here.
Commissioner Cabo,
Here.
Commissioner Shaw, Vice Chair Colwell,
Here.
Chair Villaluna.
Present.
All members are present.
Thank you. And do we have any public comments and suggestions? Okay, no public comments, no suggestions. Let's go to number 5, the consent calendar.
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
I second.
Thank you.
I did.
Do we do the results of the vote or no? Do we have to do that?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Let's go on to number 6, status on new and old business. Do we have any reports on current projects, related matters to the commission?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to present a status report on some of the projects we've been working on. The first one would be the tribute to public safety. As you know, we recently dedicated the tribute to public safety. This artwork was created by Gary Alsum of Loveland, Colorado, and the plaza area was designed by John Kincaid of the National Sculptors Guild. The project, although it is 95% complete, we are still waiting for the 2 title walls that are still being engraved, and we anticipate that they will be installed probably within the next 30 days or so. This project shows appreciation for our first responders and was initially initiated by the Fine Arts and Historical Commission as far back as 2017. The final approval and the design and the funding was approved by the City Council in February of 2022. It was the desire of the Commission and the City Council to express the city's appreciation and gratitude to the first responders who protect our community and lay their lives on the line every day to provide a safe community for those that live, work, and recreate in the city of Cerritos. The City Council and the Commission wanted to reflect this through high-quality, lasting art pieces, as well as create a new gathering space to reflect, mourn, and to celebrate our public heroes as a community. This project was funded by the Arts in Public Places program and is in the permanent collection that is owned and maintained by the city of Cerritos. I'd like to direct your attention to the screen and begin with the first slide. The tribute to public safety was installed in a prominent location in the Cerritos Civic Center. It is situated in front of the sheriff's station where pedestrian and vehicle traffic flow throughout the day. ADA requirements allow for wheelchairs and baby strollers to maneuver throughout the site. The first slide shows the three main character pieces: the fireman, the female deputy, and the canine officer with his partner, the dog, as well as the tribute memorial honoring those who lost their lives in service to this community. Next slide, please. This is the female deputy. The female deputy is posed in a formal stance in full uniform and equipment for her daily service. She is sculpted at 110% of life size, approximately 76 inches tall. Next slide, please. The canine deputy and his dog were also sculpted at 110% of life size at 82 inches tall. The dog, next slide, please. The dog is modeled after Jack, a service dog that was killed in the line of duty. His name is sculpted on the collar in remembrance of his service. Next slide, please. This slide shows the canine deputy with more detail showing the equipment as part of his uniform that is needed for duty in finding and apprehending suspects. The detail of the equipment was copied from actual equipment that was sent from Cerritos to Loveland from our Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. This piece is approximately 82 inches tall. Next slide, please. The final bronze figure is a firefighter who is in the process of rescuing a young child from an incident. He too is in full uniform and equipment to support his rescue efforts. He is sculpted at 110% in size and is approximately 87 inches tall, but he appears larger due to the heavy equipment and his large boots. Next slide, please. Next slide. This is a photo of the granite memorial that stands approximately 3 feet tall and was sculpted to recognize 2 officers who were killed in the line of duty on January 9th, 1973. These would be Detective Carl Wilson and Detective Don Schneider. Next slide. This is the granite memorial planter that was created to remember the September 11th, 2001 attack, where almost 3,000 lives of first responders and civilians was lost in New York. It is inscribed with a poem by Henry Van Dyke, and the memorial is also etched with "We Will Never Forget." This granite monument is approximately 18 inches high and 5 feet by 5 feet. Next slide. The city held the formal dedication ceremony for the community to celebrate the unveiling of the tribute to public safety. Mayor Solanke presided over the program that brought together the community to honor our first responders, the LA County Sheriff's Division, and the Los Angeles County Fire Department. Wreaths were placed in honor of those that were lost. A musical tribute was provided by Los Angeles County Sheriff's Band. And we can show the different slides of the event. The next project is the Milking Time art piece that was recommended by the commission to the council. This is the historic cow art piece, and it is in process now. The artist is finalizing the full-size art piece in clay, which will then go to the mold making process prior to being cast in bronze. It is expected that completion will be later this year. This is the first slide, and it depicts the farmer milking the cow with a young female child standing beside the farmer. Next to the child is a small dog. In the original concept, you might remember that the artist proposed a cat as the animal, but it was revised per the request of the city council that the small animal should be a dog. Next slide, please. This is a close-up which shows the details of the facial features of the farmer and the small child. She has outstretched arms and a small bowl to hold the fresh milk. Next slide, please. On the other side of the cow is the young boy who is sowing feed to the cow, to feed the cow. At the request of the council, the head of the cow was lifted so that the details of the cow's face are visible. From this perspective, you can see the front view of the cow and how the farmer, the little boy and girl are positioned in the art piece. This concluding slide shows the relationship of the cow and the little boy. The artwork that is presented here will be cast in museum quality bronze. The footprint of the artwork will be approximately 6.5 feet wide by 8.5 feet deep. The figures will also be 110% life size. The male, if he was standing, would be approximately 6 feet 7 inches. The cow will stand approximately 5 feet tall. At this time, the site for the installation of the art piece has not been selected, and that will be pending within the next few months. The feed bag that the little boy is holding will have a Cerritos logo design of the 1950s era. The hair, clothing, equipment will also be sculpted in the style of the 1950s. That concludes the slideshow. The third project that I will give you the status of is of the art festival. As you may recall, in November 2024, the Fine Arts Commission reviewed a report that was initiated by Commissioner Cobble to suggest an art festival for the community to promote the arts in the community and also generate new revenue that would be through increased taxes, tourism, hotel transit occupancy taxes, and other sales taxes to our local community, and possibly ticket sales at the Cerritos Center for the Performing Arts. The report was reviewed by the City Council, who approved a feasibility study and authorized the use of city resources, meaning staff and some funding. Also, the council appointed council member Linda Johnson to a new arts program ad hoc working group to conduct the authorized study. The report generated from the working group was to be presented to the City Council for review and consideration of an arts festival at a future City Council meeting. At this time, we are trying to schedule an appointment with, or schedule a meeting that would be headed up by Councilmember Linda Johnson so that we can begin the process. So at this time, that concludes my report on the projects that we've been working on. And I will be happy to answer any questions that the commission has. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. Commissioners, Vice Chair?
I do have a question for the location of the milking time. Are there possible 3 locations that we're thinking of putting them? Where we're going to be putting the location of the art piece?
The locations we've considered are possibly at the Civic Center
Mm-hmm.
and also at Cerritos Park East. But no, there was no conclusion to that yet. So we're still looking. Those are still being considered, but we're still looking.
Okay, thank you.
Uh, the location of, given the nature of the milking time statue, would it not make more sense to have it here at the Civic Center, around City Hall?
Yes, I think the council is leaning more towards that, but it hasn't been finally determined yet.
And Kathy, I know that I was working with John Kincaid's daughter. She mocked up a photo, for example, locating the cow sculpture next to the monument sign here at the corner. It's lots of open space. It's rather visible. No other sculptures too close to it, kind of a thing. Has that been presented as a possibility?
That could be presented as a possibility. If the Arts Commission would like to take a position on that and make that a recommendation, we could bring that back at the next commission meeting.
Okay.
Is there consensus to do that?
I make
To
a
review-
Do we need a motion? I'll make a
Yeah,
motion.
do we
to
need to
do-
make a motion? Okay.
I second your.
Okay.
Have they finally determined?
If I may interject, please, members of the commission, the location of milking time was brought to the city council for consideration, and staff had proposed potential Cerritos Park East location or the Civic Center, and the council discussed the different options, and their direction was to go with one of the locations that's located in the landscaped areas outside the library, and they were still deciding which location. So they wanted to place the pieces within, there are sort of these low raised landscaped areas. And so they were deciding which one of those locations, and they wanted to kind of walk around a bit and take a look. So that was the direction of council at that time. They had really preferred that because they felt it was quite prominent, and that we do have the illuminations piece nearby and some other nice art pieces, and the fact that it's really, in the heart of the city in the Civic Center.
So would it be okay for Vice Chair Caldwell to make a motion?
Probably given the
For-
information that Annie presented, it sounds like that the council is leaning, and I basically forgot about that. But I think there were several locations
In
that
mind?
they were looking at,
So you're talking about a location near the library.
right, near the library,
Would it
near the
be,
entrance of the library.
okay, near the entrance of the library, would it be on the raised portion that's on the other side of Illuminations closer to City Hall, or would it be
Yes.
closer to the actual building of the library?
Well, they were looking at both locations, and that was not finally determined. Either of the two raised areas or a location that was closer to the elevator tower.
Those raised planters.
Yeah. Kelly, do you want to amend your motion given that new information?
I guess I'm still feeling that near the monument sign at the corner, again, you have a lot of open grassy area where a cow might actually be. Not a lot of other sculptures or pieces nearby so as to feel cluttered. And it's next to the Cerritos City monument sign. And this really is kind of a representation of the city and its history, which is, again, where I was going with this idea. So
I agree. I think I did. I think I do remember something in regards to the elevated planters. No disrespect to the council. I don't know if it's determined. If it doesn't sound like it's for sure yet that council is still considering locations. So maybe it would be okay for the commission to suggest.
Another location.
I agree with. I thought it was going to be in that. I thought that was a consideration, the space that you were thinking about.
And again, we have a mock-up photo so they can kind of visualize what it would look like, proportionate to the size of the sign.
I think one of the issues with that location is that it's not easily supervised.
Okay.
And I think there is a lot of
A concern of theft, given how we've had statues stolen from other areas near street corners and near streets. For instance, the copy, the original that we had gotten the copy to put in the sculpture garden just recently of
Strength of
remember
the
the-
strength of the maker.
Strength of the Maker. I think that may be a consideration that the council is thinking about, given how we've had park benches, we've had statues, the kids out that are now in our sculpture garden that were out, in front of Blockbuster, what used to be Blockbuster Video and is now a, will call, a medical facility, an outpatient medical facility. I think that may be why the council didn't consider that location.
And I understand that, and it is a concern, unfortunately. But theft of these art pieces, no matter where they're located, is a concern all the time anyway.
Yes. So theft of the artwork and copper and metals are very much a growing concern for not just us, but like a lot of communities. One of the other things that is of concern of staff is climbing and just being all over the artwork. And given that the cow is going to be about 5 feet high, and the children are going to be smaller, but it's just climbing on the art pieces and wanting to sit on the cow and things
You
like
also
that. So
have
that is-
teenagers from across the street at Cerritos High who are waiting for their parents, who might, little boys, teenage boys being teenage boys, they might try to sit on the cow as well.
Yeah. So that is a concern. One of our thoughts was that when the cow arrives and we study how we are going to have it installed and create the setting for it, is maybe create a design where there is good photo opportunities, like at Disneyland, where they have like a little sign that says "photo here," because people do like to have their pictures taken with photos. So that might be something we might consider. But I think liability of children falling off or adults falling off artwork, as well as theft of the artwork, is a concern of ours.
I can understand the piece being vulnerable by the city sign. I'm glad that you mentioned that, though, Kathy, that even though they're going to be on the raised planters, that it would still be, we would still be able to take photos with it. I guess I was a little concerned that we wouldn't be able to do that. So, okay. We rest for now.
Yes.
We rest for now. Thank you.
So we have a motion on the floor.
Oh, correct.
And a
We
second.
have- So, ideally, we would have to remove the motion off the floor.
That's fine.
Motion is withdrawn.
Yes.
Thank you. Any other comments with the report that Kathy gave? Did you? I think you wanted.
So
Vice
any
Chair.
update with the art festival is, I know you mentioned about the art festival. Is there going to be a planning if it's going to happen? Thank you, Commissioner Cabo, for suggesting that. You had mentioned about the art festival for the city.
From what I understand, we're waiting on a meeting.
Yeah, we're waiting on a meeting that is going to be scheduled.
We have
With
not
Linda Johnson.
initiated a first meeting yet to know what the plans are or the comments are from Councilmember Johnson as to what she envisions as the makeup of this committee and what we'll be looking for, and
Well,
the possibility of a feasibility study that's funded.
with regards to the ad hoc committee, would there be appointments from each council member, or would it be council at large?
That hasn't been discussed at all. It's just that is,
If I may share as well, when that item was discussed, the city council selected Councilmember Johnson basically as their sole representative and directed that she work directly with city staff to explore and conduct initial research as to what the scope and scale and content of the art festival might entail.
I might suggest that as far as the ad hoc committee, not only does it have staff, but it would also have a residential component appointed by each member of the council. And if we could, if we can get concurrence on that, so to forward that up to the council. Either each council members or a certain number of people elected ad hoc by the council at large. Either or.
that can be discussed with her when she initiates the meetings. And I think at this point, it's very early
Premature.
in the game, and so I think she will. She may have some ideas that she hasn't shared with us yet, but we can certainly, when she discusses maybe her plan or her ideas, that we can work with her on some of the ideas that she has, and include possibilities of how she can form the committee.
If I may say, since we're talking about the unveiling of the tribute of public safety, I want to give my thanks to the staff, the city, the tribute, the unveiling of the tribute to public safety was such a great event. I thought it was everyone's hard work just shined that day. It was a beautiful day. Everybody that was invited and came, it was just such a beautiful event. I got teary-eyed over it. It was nice to have a connection to the sculptures, going to Loveland the August before, and then seeing it here at the Civic Center. The music was great. The singers were great. Everything was just so good. And I just wanted to give thanks to the city, the staff, everybody. Your hard work just proved so nicely that day. I also wanted to give thanks to, like you said, Kathy, the commissioners previous to us. Ever since 2017, they started this project. And so I want to give thanks to all of them that for their ideas, for their hard work that brought us to where we are now. I'd also like to give thanks to Gary Alsum, the artist of the sculptures, and his wife Shar, because they did make the trip out and they were there that day, and to see the smile on his face when he saw his project out there, and for him to say how the sun was lighting it so nicely, it was just very heartwarming to see them again, to first have met them back in August, and then to know that they made the trip out, that they drove out here to be a part of the event. That was very, very special. And then to have dinner with them afterwards, it was just so nice. And I'm just so grateful to the city and to everybody for allowing all of us to be a part of it. I'm just so honored and I'm so grateful. So I thank you. I encourage the community, if you haven't seen it yet, please come out. They're beautiful and just very heartwarming. And I think that's it in regards to.
Well, I would echo everything you just said so nicely. But it really is a showpiece now. The sculpture garden and everything is incredible. But now in front of the sheriff's, it's just impressive. And on that day, especially with the fire truck in the background, it just doesn't get any more American than that. It was wonderful. Mm-hmm. It really was. So yes, I again thank everyone who was involved, and nicely done.
Nicely done. Yes.
I believe all five of us were there, and at some point during the ceremony, I think two of us had to leave for job reasons. But all five of us were able to make it, so that was a good thing.
I think we have to give our thanks to our community participation staff that planned the dedication and had every component of a successful event covered. I think it was a very good event. We had fantastic weather on top of that, and I think everyone was happy to see what was accomplished over that long period of time, that it's finally done. We are expecting walls to come soon, and um, but it was a wonderful reward for a lot of years of work.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Did we, I apologize, did we discuss the date of when we expect the milking time to be completed? Or roughly?
We do not know when milking time will be installed yet. I think once we find a location and once the art piece is here, the location, then that'll be determined. But
Oh, okay.
nothing finalized yet.
Do we have an estimated date? You know,
For
ballpark
completion?
within, yeah.
Probably the fall of this year.
Thank you. Everyone okay? Yeah? Okay, okay. Oops, we'll move on to reports. Hmm. Oh, that is completed. I beg your pardons. 7, oh, I see. Oh, 7A. Oh, excuse me. Reports from commission staff liaison.
I'm sorry. Staff has no further reports.
No?
Okay. Now, commissioners.
Okay. So on to 7B, reports from Fine Arts and Historical Commission members.
Okay. I guess I'll go first. We took some time out before this meeting to wander over to the library. There's 2 exhibits over there. I don't know if our liaison with the library wants to say more of both those before I move on with the rest of my report.
Yes, thank you, Commissioner Cobble, for the opportunity to discuss some very nice exhibitions currently on display at the Cerritos Library. Within the entry of the library, which we like to call Main Street, we have an exhibition of astrophotos by a gentleman who lives in Cerritos, and he has developed a technique to filter out all the light pollution and has taken some really spectacular photos of the night sky from his home in Cerritos. So it's quite beautiful, his photographs, and that will be featured until about the end of April. And then within our local history room, we have a separate exhibition, and that is featuring origami by a young man whose mother has kidney disease. So he uses the complexity of origami to suggest the complexity of kidney function. And he also has information about kidney function within the exhibition. So it's a nice combination of beautiful pieces, but also very educational, and they're also very symbolic. And in fact, the City Council recently recognized him with a proclamation for his efforts. And so I hope you all have an opportunity to stop by and view the very nice exhibitions. Thank you.
Next on my report, I also looked around some of the monuments here at the Civic Center. I want to call attention to illuminations. Some of the paint on there is starting to crack. None of it has flaked off yet, but it's. I noticed on each of the panels, on each side of the panel, that there was some cracking of the paint. I don't remember that last time I took a look at that particular statue. I also notice on the tsunami that there's some oxidation going on at the in the bronze area of the statue. Some areas are turning black, some are green, kind of pockmarked there. I don't know how much of that is supposed to happen that way, and how much of that just needs to be taken care of. And of course, our birds are taking target practice at our Veterans Memorial. So before Memorial Day, we probably want to get that nice and cleaned. There's that. The last thing on with regards to my report is I took a look at our history of Cerritos website. I believe at the last meeting we requested that we add to that particular page, at least add in the commissioners plus mayor videos that each outgoing mayor that we produce for each outgoing mayor, put that has their time in office. So if we could have a history of our various commissions as well as the mayor, that might be a good addition to that page. I don't know, because it would take staff time. We'd probably have to send that as a request up to council. And it might have to come back to this commission before it goes back to council, or could it go directly to council because it was brought up at our last meeting?
Yes, if I may respond, please. Thank you. Excellent question. The commission did give us consensus direction to bring to the city council some recommendations in terms of how to enhance the local history page. So we have been working with the city manager to schedule an opportunity when that report can be presented to the city council. So it is pending, and we do have the feedback that was provided at the last Fine Arts and Historical Commission meeting. There just hasn't yet been an opportunity to identify a time when that can be placed on the agenda for the city council's consideration. So, but thank you. You mentioned some other things to clarify the suggestions, so we'll be very happy to include all of that in our report to council.
Okay. And the only other thing is thank you for your service and the experience you've given us up here, as far as working with us, working with this commission, working with my fellow commissioners. So anyway, I don't know how long we might have, I guess, another meeting, depending upon how quickly appointments are made by the incoming council. So anyway, that ends my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Cobble. With that, I'd like to say thank you for your service, Vice Chair Caldwell, Commissioner Cobble, and Commissioner Shaw. As the community knows, we had an election recently, and we have 3 outgoing council people. Therefore, I'd like to say thank you so much for your service. It's been fun.
Yes, it has.
It has been an honor serving seat by seat next to you. But I appreciate all of you. I've learned so much from all 3 of you. But it has been a lot of fun. And I know that we're going to see each other in the community more. So long. If there's...
I'm still going to see you out there, Matt. But thank you. Yes. If there's nothing else, I'm going to adjourn the meeting.